Greetings, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast on YouTube. I am Charles Taylor, and I got Patrick Brackett back with me. Say what's up, Patrick.
What's up, everybody?
All right. Well, let's dive into some of these topics that we will discuss on this episode. We're going to pay tribute to Muhammad Ali and Kimbo Slice, and we'll talk about the NBA and Stanley Cup finals. So, Patrick, let's start with Muhammad Ali passing away last Friday at the age of 74. So, he was really a lot of history with Muhammad Ali, of course, and not just talking about in the boxing ring, talking about all the stuff he did outside. He was a guy who was all about being in the community, and he was probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular guy in the world. And anywhere he went, everybody knew him. Now, I'm going to take a different approach to this because, I mean, we've heard all the comments, the legacy he has left from everybody from sports stars, movie stars, Will Smith, who, of course, played Ali, played the role of Muhammad Ali in that movie. Even LeBron James, Steph Curry, everybody, Jim Brown, all these guys through their appreciation toward Muhammad Ali in his passing. But the approach I'm going to take with it is with you, Patrick, you like to call yourself the king of best talking, right?
Well, I'm a level 99. I like to claim that.
Well, Muhammad Ali was that guy who made mess talking cool, the one who came out there and said, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and then went out there and did it. He was doing that long before anybody else was doing it. And these cats who want to say that they're talking a lot of mess and they're the king of mess talking, they have nothing on Muhammad. So, so
The only person that outranks me, dude.
you're the only person.
Level 100. I'm 99. What can I say?
Of course, I wouldn't expect anything else from you, Patrick. So so, but I'm definitely gonna be watching the television tomorrow, man. It's supposed to be his. They're gonna have the memorial service for him, and they're gonna, I guess, parade his body through the streets of his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, tomorrow. So the it's gonna be pretty cool. Well, I mean, not cool to watch. I mean, you never want to see a person die, but I think for the amount of people who are going to see this, for the amount of people who are going to be at the KFC Yum Center where the Louisville Cardinals basketball team plays, to see this, I think that's going to be a sight to see, man. So I'll be watching that, but I mean, just for everything Muhammad Ali is known for, man. I mean, I watch ESPN Classic all the time to see some of his old fights. The three fights he had with Joe Frazier, also the three fights he had with Ken Norton, and you remember the Rumble in the Jungle he had with George Foreman. So, I mean, and besides that, him being on Wide World of Sports with the sportscaster Howard Cosell. There's so many things that just come to my mind. Well, when it comes to Muhammad Ali, and he definitely will be missed by a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my grandpa. One of the first boxing matches I ever saw from Muhammad Ali. My grandpa had it recorded. Was the Rumble in the Jungle, man? And he's like, he made me sit down and watch that several times, man. I never really appreciated it until I got older, and then I found out who he was, and then I was like, that's pretty cool to have on a VHS. And don't get me wrong, that thing doesn't play anymore, but yeah, man, it was always cool to sit down with my grandpa and watch that fight, because it's just him taking a beating and wearing him out, and then finally, clock, done. So
I mean, he went through those fights with Joe Frazier, man, were complete wars. And George Foreman at that time was a beast. But shoot, he probably boxed a little bit now still, but back then that dude was a beast.
well, George Foreman, the only thing he boxes is grease off them hamburgers now, dog.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, that George Foreman grill, dude. Yeah, I still got it. Okay.
Dude, name me one household that doesn't have a George Foreman grill.
You're right, not too many.
You talk about a household name, dog. George Foreman grills are like TVs, man. People have like 3 or 4 of those mounted on the walls nowadays, dude. Everybody got a George Foreman grill now.
Well, man, you know what? A lot of people going into that fight, people thought Ali had no chance, absolutely no chance to win that fight. Did the old rope a dope on him.
Mm-hmm.
Just let him just punch himself out, and he was able to get him in that 8th round. So, man, yeah. I mean, you know what? I was watching. I was up in Oklahoma City last week, and I was just flipping through channels, and I stopped on ESPN, and I saw the breaking news. And when I saw that, I said, "Oh no, it's probably something about Muhammad Ali." And sure enough, man, they said he passed away. So it
You know,
was.
it was one of those things, man. I hated to see it, but at the same time, I mean, no offense to Muhammad Ali or any of of his family, and I hope they don't take it that way. But he was having a lot of problems, man. And honestly, it was probably just it was time. I mean, it was time. He lived a great, fulfilled life. He's he's gonna be missed, but it was his time. He needed to move on. I don't mean that in any bad way. I hope nobody takes that bad way, but I'm sure somebody will, because they know me, and they're like, well, anything that dude says is complete BS anyway. So no, but no disrespect, but he had a lot of problems, man. That was it's unfortunate, but time.
Well, and you know what, Patrick, even sportscasters were saying this time was coming. I mean, I guess we all kind of have our time at some point, but with everything Muhammad Ali was going through with Parkinson's disease, think about this, Patrick. He was, I guess, well, it came out that he had Parkinson's disease in 1984. So just think about that. That's 32 years he's been battling this disease,
Mm-hmm.
over 3 decades. So, I mean,
As long as I've been born.
yes.
Well, I'm 2 years older than that, but he's probably been battling it way before I was even born. I mean, dude, that's a long time.
And yeah, that's just a lot. And over time, I mean, it's just one of those diseases, man. It just takes its toll. And I think a lot of people were, I don't want to make it sound like they were waiting for that day, but I think they knew it was coming. I mean, even sportscasters, they've said it. I mean, they knew the situation of what he was going through, and I think his family knew the situation of what he was going through, and I think they kind of look at it like, I mean, obviously they're sad, but I think they look at it like he's not suffering anymore, so
Yeah.
he's able to go and get his wings.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I'm happy about, is the fact that there's no more suffering, man. So um God rest his soul, man, but hate to see him go, but at least he's not having to go through the BS anymore, man. That's what I say. So God's got a good one, man. That's all I can say.
Well, I know this. I know we have ESPN Classic, so we can watch those fights, catch him with Howard Cosell on ABC's Wide World of Sports, and listen to those great one-liners, all that mess talking he came up with. You know, it goes to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. Ah!
Yeah, we'll be able to relive it for a while. So But
All right. Let's move on to another tragedy. And Kimbo Slice. So he passed away on Monday at the age of 42. Uh, from reports I've heard, it was heart failure. But the thing with Kimbo is he got loose. He got mainstream by street fights, straight street fights, and getting them posted on the internet. And I guess he was knocking a lot of people out, and then he was actually able to fight uh, through Bellator, a lot of MMA stuff. I want to say he had a fight in the UFC, also maybe one or two in the UFC, but
maybe.
I mean he kind of put mixed martial arts on the map. And the thing is, he really wasn't a mixed martial artist. And the thing that was real cool about Kimbo Slice is he never tried to act like he was a mixed martial artist. He was just a guy. He just said, "Yeah, man, shoot, I'm a street fighter, man. Shoot, let's brawl." And that's what he did, was brawl. But I mean, I think there was a lot of people who tried to take it like he was acting like he was a mixed martial artist, and they were just kind of criticizing him for it. But he never came out and said he was a mixed martial artist, man. He's just like a street fighter. And I mean, because of those videos that are on YouTube and on other parts of the internet, I mean, he kind of put MMA on the map.
I would say he definitely helped with it. Because some of those, dude, some of those fights on YouTube, I laugh at the other guy all the time. He just straight boom. That guy hit the ground.
Yeah.
He hit the ground hard, dog. But yeah, I remember I watched some of his fights, man. And, you know, like you said, he never really claimed a mixed martial artist, but he had a few fights in there, man. You can't not call him one. I mean, dude, he previewed, like you said, he previewed on the UFC a couple of times. Um, you got to have a little bit of mixed martial arts in you to even brawl with those guys. Um, I mean, honestly, he probably should have picked up boxing opposed to MMA, but wait, he went to the octagon. Okay, so what? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I mean, it was sad to hear him go, especially at that age. I mean, he'd been waiting for a heart transplant for what, 4, 5, 6 years, something like that. Just never came. So it was sad to see him go, but again, man, no pain, no more pain.
It's just been a rough week. I mean, it's just I don't know. Been a lot of tragedy lately, man. I mean,
Yeah.
between Muhammad Ali passing away, yeah, Kimbo Slice passing away. I mean, I could even go back, and this is not sports related, but even Prince. I
Prince passing
mean,
away. Yeah, dude, I can't tell you though, man. I didn't enjoy Prince dying. Don't get me wrong or anything like that, man. But I did. I enjoyed the tribute when I got in my car and I heard like 15 Prince songs right in a row, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing? Is this like Prince marathon today or something?" Yeah, and then I take my Facebook died, and then I found out he dead. I was like,
dude,
I love
I was
Prince.
on a Purple Rain fix before he passed. Like I don't know what got into me, but I was like, I'm listening to Purple Rain, and it was just for a week before before I heard the news, man. And I was just like, oh goodness. And I just kind of had this weird feeling about it, of course, because it's just one of those things where you're sitting there, you know, you have a little feeling about something, and you're like, yeah, I want to listen to this song, and then you hear that type of news, and you're like, whoa, hold on.
Well, apparently you weren't the only one that was feeling something. I mean, there would have been family members coming out saying that he was saying crazy. He was saying crazy stuff like, I'll see you later," and or his family was like, "I'll see you later," and he was like, "Probably not."
Mm.
But no, I'm gonna tell you that. Mm-mm. Okay, whatever. I'll see you later, bro. Probably not. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you weren't the only one feeling like that, but I can tell you, man, I got in my car, man, and I started listening to that music, man. I was going down the road doing this right here, and I was like, "What are they doing, man? Prince Marathon." Check my
Mm.
Facebook, dog. He said passed away. I was like, man, dude, I had that empty feeling like, dude, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. Dude, I love Michael Jackson, right? Dog, when he died, I cried. Right then, dude, I was like, all of pop music just went to hell right there. As soon as he died, that was it. It was over.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I was listening to a lot. What's the song? Black and White. I was listening to a lot of that when he passed away. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff I was listening to Michael Jackson at that time, but
No, dog, I listened to everything, dude. Dude, Michael Jackson was my shit, dude. That was my shit. I mean, dude, only thing that beats Michael Jackson was Bone Thugs and Harmony, dog. That's it. And you know how I feel about Bone Dog. If they die, I'm giving up. I'm gonna be like, there's no hope, man. Crawl better be playing like every single day for the rest of my life, dude. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
well, Patrick.
I can handle that.
Well, um, with the guys we had mentioned, with Muhammad Ali and Kimbo Slice, will and Prince also. A I mean, rest in peace, and uh, they left a legacy, I guess, for us to remember them by, and I guess we always have that, and that's the one thing they can still live, even though they're gone from us physically. They can still kind of live through us, through them, or through us listening to their music or looking at their videos, looking at their fights. So that's always a good thing where you can look back and you can look at things like that. So, well, Patrick, let's move on and talk about the NBA Finals. So we have a series now.
No,
Golden
we don't.
State. Yeah, hey, well, by the numbers, Patrick, we do. And so you're just mad because they weren't swept. But
Go,
uh
go man.
well, well you have Golden State up 2 games to 1. Cleveland responded coming back home, and they won 120-90 in game threes. Game four is on Friday night in Cleveland again. And it's crazy how things just change from game to game, and how people overreact from game to game. Look, Cleveland was going to come out aggressive in game three. They were going to. They have heard over and over and over again after getting blasted in game two, 110-77. They quit. They didn't have a chance. They were looking like they were going to get swept, ready to get swept. And when you hear that all the time for 2 straight days, you're going to want to try to come out and do something about it. Golden State, on the other hand, I know they were trying to preach, hey, we still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of work to do.
Cruise control.
Yeah, man. I mean, when people tell you how great you are and how you're looking unbeatable, it's human nature. It's human nature to relax a little bit. And you saw it out there on Wednesday. It just looked like a team that was happy to be up 2-0, and they didn't show up. Cleveland, on the other hand, played with a lot of force, played with a lot of aggression, and they just took the game to them. And they got back in the series, well, numbers wise. Uh, I still think Golden State. We picked Warriors in 6. Wouldn't be surprised if they won in 5. But Golden State can still win in 5. So we'll see what we'll see what happens tomorrow. you have to think Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are going to play better. I mean, they're not
You
gonna.
expect the entire team to play better.
Yeah, the entire team will play better.
You shot 34% from the field. Come on. This team doesn't shoot 34% from the field. They haven't. I mean, every now and then. I guess every game 3 of the playoffs this year they have. But you just don't see this team shoot. I was watching ESPN and Fox Sports 1, and watching a little bit of some of the conversations that they were having, and they were asking things like, "Does Cleveland need Kevin Love?" Well, obviously, no, they don't. But are they going to have him? Yes, they will. Does Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors rely on the 3 too much? Well, no, because I mean, from what I've read, looking at their statistics, they have a lot of in the paint points too. It's not like Draymond Green just comes down and shoots threes with Steph Curry all day. And Klay Thompson, I have seen this man drive tons of times. So looking at Iguodala coming in for alley oops, the way he comes in, I mean, they get enough points in the paint. They get enough points on the inside. They get from the wings, and then you got 1 or 2 people that just fire away from the other side of the court. Okay, you got 2 people. You got 3 that like to shoot from out there, and then if you add Barnes in the mix, you got 4. But from what I see, Barnes, man, he's had more paint points this season than he has 3-pointers. Draymond Green is probably about 50-50, and the only person that really shoots only 3-pointers is Steph Curry. But I will say this: in Game 3, Steph Curry's going to have to bring more game in the first quarter, and this is not just Game 3, but this is Game 2 and Game 1. First half, he cannot be putting up 4, 6, 8 points. Not in the first half.
Well, they just have to come out with more force. I mean, I think that's the thing. I think there'll be a couple of subtle adjustments made. I think because Curry really hasn't been bringing the ball up a lot. It's been either Andre Iguodala, maybe even Draymond Green, maybe even Klay Thompson. It's been a lot of other guys besides Steph Curry. So when he's coming up the court, well, now guys can kind of get their hands on him and try to bump him a lot on those screens, on those rolls when he's trying to get open through the context of the offense. I think he'll start to bring the ball up a little bit more. And what that can do is it can kind of get him his rhythm. Sometimes you can dribble a little bit and get your rhythm back. Other times you could just kind of get it started. Like you're not the guy just doing the shooting per se, but you're getting the offense started.
Mm-hmm.
The offense hasn't been getting started with Steph Curry a lot of times. And that's where I think
a lot of times, almost all the time, Livingston's been starting the offense.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If Steph Curry has the ball, bringing it up, now he can kind of get the offense started a little bit. And maybe that will be just a little subtle adjustment just to kind of get them a little bit more space. We'll see. We give Cleveland a little bit of credit for their defense, though. They've been pretty physical with them. And Klay Thompson, for that matter. Kind of, doing a little bit of bumping, a little bit of holding. I mean, it happens.
Dude, I like it. Refs letting them play, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that I see is that I don't get me wrong. I see Cleveland holding. I see Cleveland doing their thing. I see Cleveland flopping. But guess what? I also see Golden State holding. I also see Golden State flopping. I also see and the only difference I see out of all of that is that every time I look at it, there is LeBron James in Cleveland throwing their hands up, going, "Where's the foul?" Golden State, on the other hand, they just go back down and start playing defense. That is the only difference. When you sit here watching it, dude, nobody's going to the free throw line. Steph Curry made it to the free throw line first time last night in the whole series so far, and he only went there for 2 shots. No, three because he had that 4-point shot. So they're not putting them on the line. So they're letting them play. I like it.
So do you think Kevin Love starts in game 4? Well, okay, well, let's give a report real quick before I ask you that question. So he practiced with the team, but he's not cleared still to play. So if he is cleared to play, do you start him and how long do you play him? Because me personally, look, if Richard Jefferson is the guy you started and you had a lot of success in this particular game, game 3, I think you have to try to ride that out. Now, with that being said, if Kevin Love is able to play, first of all, if Kevin Love is able to play, I don't think Cleveland will sit him. I think they will start Kevin Love. I think they will. If it was me running the team, though, I'm like, look, Kevin Love can come off the bench a little bit. Not necessarily saying he's not going to play starter minutes, but if he's ineffective, gone, sit down. And at
Maybe
this
find
point,
out if he's going to be ineffective early and let him start.
yeah, but and at this point, it's the NBA Finals. Shouldn't who cares? All right, if you're about the team, if you're about winning, shouldn't matter. I mean, is his feelings gonna get hurt if he doesn't start? So what? You know, again, if he's about the team, should not matter.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, is you knew that Cleveland was going to come out and start and was going to play like this. We both knew that they were going to come out. I mean, like you said, all the stuff that they said. Did I hope that Cleveland was going to get swept? Yeah, I was hoping Golden State was going to come out and just wax that ass for them, but they didn't. But I also knew that Cleveland was going to come out and play like this. I mean, dude, they can't go down 3-0. They just can't. So I knew they were coming out like this. So I guess do you really look at this as is this really a change that really set Cleveland up to play this caliber of ball? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to matter if it was Jefferson or if it was Love in the lineup. Cleveland was going to win this game. They heard too much stuff. I mean, and plus they're at home. They're bringing it for their home crowd. Cleveland was going to win this, and we both know. I mean, you know how I feel about LeBron James. I can't stand him, but we
Of
both know
course.
that the guy's good enough to win 2 games by himself. It doesn't matter who he's playing against. We know he's good enough to do that. So, are they going to lose this game? Probably not. So, is Jefferson really is he really the answer to Kevin Love not starting? I don't think it matters. Honestly, for this team, Kevin Love, Jefferson, to flip a coin, it really doesn't matter. To me, I don't think it matters. Because Jefferson's not putting up the points Kevin Love does, but Kevin Love gets lucky when he puts up those points. 1, 2, he plays much better at home. So do you really go with the whole thing that Jefferson is really making the difference? I don't know. If it was me, just me, I know you're gonna say, well, Patrick, you know sometimes it's not about the money. At the start, it is. If I'm paying the guy $90 million over 5 years, he's starting.
Is this the start? It's not the start anymore.
Starting this game. If he is eligible to play, he will start this game. But if he does not do what I feel he needs to be doing on that court, gone. Get on the bench, bro. Go. You know what? Just go ahead and go in the back, put your suit on, and then come back out here and watch the rest of this game because Jefferson's gonna be playing.
I will say this about Richard Jefferson starting. And this is the difference. The difference is when Richard Jefferson comes in, LeBron James can go to the 4. Now that you have LeBron James at the 4, this makes Cleveland, especially with them trying to play small ball a lot of times, I still don't think they can sustain long-term success against Golden State in a small ball game. But putting LeBron at that 4, what that does is it kind of neutralizes Draymond Green a little bit. Whereas Draymond Green can kind of have his way with Kevin Love at the 4. because Kevin Love is just slow. I mean,
Good
he's
point.
not going to play defense.
Good point.
And also Draymond Green can get out to Kevin Love and take away those threes. So when you bring
That's
Richard
a good
Jefferson
point.
in there, LeBron can get to the rim if he goes ahead and he closes on LeBron. If he wants to stay out there and try to shoot, if Draymond Green tries to get out there real quick, then LeBron can get to the rim. We do know that about LeBron. That's the one difference there. And I think with that, it gives Cleveland a little bit more versatility in their lineup. With Kevin, and in another, actually, okay, two differences, Patrick, real quick. Another difference is you don't have to run plays for Richard Jefferson to get involved because he's a guy who's kind of activity based. He'll slash, he'll cut, he'll do all those other things. You're putting in a lot of effort just to get Kevin Love involved in the offense so he can feel like he's a part of the team. That takes away from the rest of the team, really. And so that those are two differences there. Now, again, I'm not saying it's going to matter. Like I said, I still got Golden State winning this series handily, but that's what that lineup change does. Now, it had to take Kevin Love getting a concussion to do that, but that's why I say if you have Richard Jefferson in there, I say write that out. If he ain't doing the job, or if you find something better with Kevin Love in there, well, then put him in, and then you just have to ride with whatever happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So
good point with the putting LeBron at the 4. Okay. I really didn't go into that. I really didn't look at that point of view. So good call, actually, because I didn't even think about it. Yeah, I see where you come, because when Jefferson is in there, then that gives LeBron James the absolute 4. Because when Kevin Love's in there, LeBron James has to play 2 through 4 or 2 through 5. So he is the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5th man, because Kevin Love just absolutely sucks. I don't like him. I mean, honestly.
I think he's, yeah, we both think he's overrated. Yes.
The only reason why, I mean, honestly, the only reason why I would even start him is because the fact is I'm paying $90 million for this guy. He's gonna freaking start. Now, if it was up to me and it was my call, he would have been traded at the end of last year. I would have cut him from the team. I don't need him. He's a piece of crap. Don't get me wrong. He's about 2-3 notches above LeBron James, but other than that, I don't care about him. I mean, look, dude, when you shoot 25% from the field at Minnesota and you have 20, or you average 32 points from the game, but you shoot 25. Dude, this dude was shooting like 90 times a game. He got 32 points, dude. Seriously? And they were like, oh, he averages 32 points. Yeah, but he shoots 100 times a game. He sucks. So then you come down here and he comes down to Cleveland, or he comes over to Cleveland, and it's like, dude, you're only getting 20 points a game. What's up? Yeah, he's still shooting 20%, but he's only getting. I mean, dude, he sucks. I don't look, trading. Cleveland would do a lot better if they just traded. Plain and simple, trade him. And then put Jefferson at that point and let Jefferson run
The 3.
the 3. But other than that, Kevin Love, he sucks. You know?
Clean your camera, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. Look, I don't like him. I don't like him, but as a person, he cracks me up. Some of the things he does about LeBron James cracks me up. I laugh at him all the time. As a basketball player, I can't stand him. It's like Andrew Bottom. As a person, Andrew Bottom cracks me up. As a basketball player, he ain't even on my team. Dude's cancerous. Dwight Howard, he comes to Atlanta, cancer.
I think he's coming to Atlanta.
No, he ain't not coming to no Atlanta. I would disown that team. You want to watch Georgia go from one of the 50 states to a third world country? Bring Dwight Howard in there. Sad. Can't stand that. No, he better not become. I don't want any. Those three people. No, Andrew Wiggins. They should have kept him. They would have done a lot better. They probably have a chance to win this series, but no, not now. I got Kevin Love. Get Kevin Love. No.
I, well, all right. So,
Got me on a rant, dude.
do you
And the
good?
surprising thing was it wasn't even about LeBron James. Go figure.
Exactly, but anything Cleveland Cavaliers are in it seems to be a rant these days. But Patrick, before we move on to the NHL Stanley Cup Final, we have Golden State winning the series. Obviously, how do you see Game 4 going though?
If by all rights, this should be probably one of the most interesting games of the entire series, right here. If I was to put a score on it, is that what you're asking me to put a score on it? 108-95 Golden State.
Yeah, so if they score 108 points, then you think you think Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's gonna come out a lot better.
I don't think it's Klay Thompson and Steph Curry as much as I think Golden State comes out to play. That's saying Steph Curry, he steps his game up. Klay Thompson, he steps his game up. Draymond Green, by the way, he was yelling, he's ready to win. So this is not just Steph Curry and Klay Thompson coming in and stepping their game up. I think Golden State steps their game up and they come into Cleveland ready to play and they beat Cleveland 108-95 so I can go to Taco Bell and get my free taco.
Not nice promotional ploy there.
All rights reserved. Taco Bell did not pay me for that, but they should.
Yeah, this will be an interesting game. I think it'll probably be. Yeah, I think it'll probably be the best game of the series because it's one of those games that it can switch a little bit of momentum just depending. I mean, if Golden State wins this, then they're going back home ready to put the series away.
Yeah.
Cleveland wins. Well, Cleveland's gonna feel like they got a chance, and then it's a best of 3 at that point. So we'll see what happens.
I don't think Golden State needs that. I think they just need to. I think they come out to play, and they put this series at 3-1. I think that puts a lot of pressure on Cleveland to go into Golden State and win. I think that puts a dagger into them, and I think it ends at 5. Now, if Cleveland does win this game, Cleveland's going to ride. I think Cleveland might ride high a little bit. I still think they get beaten 6. I still got Golden State winning in 6, but I think Golden State gets one at home. All right, I think Golden State still won from them.
All right. Well, we'll go on to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, and we have a series in there. So, Pittsburgh was up 3-1, ready to hoist Lord Stanley's Cup Thursday night. And San Jose did not let that happen. They came in there, blew up the party, messed up the party, spoiled everything, won that game 4-2. And instead of a victory parade in Pittsburgh, the Penguins get to get right back on the jet and fly cross country back to San Jose for Game 6. So, honestly, Patrick, this has been a pretty entertaining series, man. And I think, these teams are both fast, they skate very well. The first time in this series, finally, Pittsburgh trailed. Pittsburgh has not trailed in this series until Game 5. The games have been close, but Pittsburgh is not trailed. San Jose, the one game they did won, they won that one in overtime. They ain't even leading that game. They won in overtime. So Pittsburgh, through all indications, has looked like the better team, but I mean, really not by much. All these games have been pretty hotly contested, and San Jose jumped on them early. Pittsburgh responded, and then San Jose scored the third goal midway through the first period, I think, and just held on, basically. I mean, Pittsburgh came with this offensive a barrage. But give credit to Jones, the goaltender. 44 saves, I think he had tonight.
Well, let's start this. Let's start looking at this series. First of all, I had Pittsburgh winning in 7. I'm still good with that. I mean, I think Pittsburgh is the better team. Crosby's doing his thing, and I'm gonna tell you, dude. I got to watch a little bit of game 2, game 3, whichever one it was. This dude won 82% of his faceoffs. Dude, that's insane. He shows up. He is the one player that has been so consistent throughout the entire playoffs for the Penguins. So I look at this top to bottom. I've been watching, like you said, this has been a very interesting series and probably one of the more contested series against Pittsburgh, which don't get me wrong, I had San Jose going out in the first round. But
Me too.
dude, San Jose showed up, man. I mean, look, they went down 3-1. They're pushing this to game 6 now. And that first period was just a barrage of scores, dude. Honestly, I'm surprised both of those goaltenders didn't get pulled within the first 10 minutes of that first period. I'd have pulled both of them. I'd be like, "Look, coach, you need to pull your coat. You pull your goal and pull mine. Let's just do it because they suck right now." But give both of the goalies credit, man. After that first period, it looked like they were just a little rusty, man. I don't. You shouldn't be rusty at this point, by no means. Don't get me wrong. But both of these goalies have been hot. They've been hot throughout the playoffs, and Jones was the hotter one come game 6, 5, or whatever it was, game 5. So now we're looking at a game 6, and now you have to fly all the way over to San Jose. It's a long trip.
Long.
Jet lag might set in. I don't know. I don't care. It's gonna be a good game though. I think Pittsburgh puts it away though. I think Pittsburgh puts it away in San Jose, 4-3.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, man. You know what? Nah, man. You know what? I think San Jose pulls it out. As we said Pittsburgh in 7. So I think San Jose pulls it out, man. I think they win in the Shark Tank, and then they fly right back across the country to play Game 7.
Jet lag sets in. I don't know. I don't care. Don't get me wrong. If San Jose wins again, set in, dog. 1-game playoff. I'm ready for it. It's the only time It's the only time you'll ever hear me say that. A 1-game playoff. It's the only time. Dog. Game 7. It's going to be nice if they do go to a game 7. But I mean, look, I said Pittsburgh in 7. I still like my chances with Pittsburgh in 7. Don't get me wrong, but San Jose's been playing these last 2 games. But yeah, I think Pittsburgh goes to San Jose and puts it away.
Well, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And then and you know us. We'll come on here and we'll talk about it and discuss it. And one of us will say, "I told you so." We'll see.
Dude. Now, don't get me wrong. If this goes to a game 7, good for me. That's like extra innings in baseball, dude. Name another guy that can sit down and watch baseball and watch 20 innings and be like, oh, oh, oh. I get so excited when he goes to the 10th inning, dude. I'm like, oh, I call that free baseball. I call that free baseball, dude. This goes to a game 7. This is free hockey. I like it.
Well, shoot, Patrick. We'll leave on that note. So this will wrap up this edition of the Breath of Pressure Webcast on YouTube. Go ahead to Google Plus and Facebook, like the pages, check out the other webcasts that you guys might have missed, and go on YouTube. On the YouTube channel. Do have some more things coming to you. Look, you guys know what's coming. We'll just bring it to you, and then you'll know, and then we'll make a post about it. So
we do have to say one thing.
What?
Charles finally changed his Twitter handle.
I know. Yes. I changed the Twitter handle. It is Chuck T at Chuck T All Star now. So check it out. Check it out.
That's almost as good as at the freshness. Almost.
It's way better. It's way better than that. But
I don't know about that, man. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
totally sure about it.
You
But
totally sure about it? Well, maybe we'll do a voting.
sure, let's do that. Survey says.
I'll be mad when at the freshness is the best name by like 90%.
All
90.
right.
Chuck T All Star gets 10%. At the freshness gets 90.
I mean, I won't, man. I'll just chalk it up to people who don't know any better. So
90% of the world. Okay.
I'll chalk it up
You
to the
said it,
people
not me.
who don't know better. But but other than that, everybody enjoy this weekend, and we will be back next week. Enjoy the sports that is out there. Enjoy Game 4 on Friday. Enjoy the coming Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sunday. And well, there's a lot of soccer going on too, Patrick, or football for us not in America. So
Oh,
there's a
and,
lot.
and I gotta say one thing before that. All right. Sorry for my women's softball team at Georgia, man. Y'all put up a hell of a series or a hell of a season this year, and it was good watching that. So it sucks that y'all didn't win the World Series, but we'll get them next year.
Ugh, Oklahoma won it. Ugh.
I know, right? Oh
Ugh.
yeah, dude, I was even rooting for Auburn in that, and I was like, Auburn smashed us too, dude. I was like, ah, freaking Auburn. And then they couldn't go in and smash Oklahoma. I was like, come on now.
Oh well. Ugh. Yeah, I know. Well, on that note, before I get sick, we're gonna sign off. So everybody take care. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care.